Hello there. I wanted to do a video about a gentleman's claim about racism. And the gentleman is Winston, who's known by many people as Serpentza. I don't know exactly how he wants his name pronounced, or Serpentza. That is his moniker on his YouTube channel. Now, I found out about this gentleman when I was in China, and he was very instrumental in me learning things that I may have thought but wasn't exactly sure about. And it helped me to watch his videos to see if I was on the wrong track about something I thought or something I felt. And I could match what I believed with what he documented. And most of the time, I thought he was thinking similar to me. So he's become quite a famous, I guess you'd call him a vlogger. I'm not sure, on YouTube. He did some videos. He was one of the first to do, if not the first, to do some great videos through drones, and he documents this in his videos that I saw. I must admit, I watched a lot of his videos, but not meticulously. I didn't watch the whole hour. If he did an hour video, I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched enough to get a sense of what he was saying. And what I liked especially is that he ferreted out, if you will, those that weren't honest, like Guaylo 60. I always thought this guy was a fraud from the minute I watched his first video, and thanks to Winston, I realized that I was on the right track about that. The other one is, I think, Barrett, or I don't know if it's Matthew or Jonathan Barrett. There's a couple other guys who are paid by China to do videos, and Winston, of course, knows more than anybody about this, so he pointed that out, and he does good work. Winston does really good work. So I guess after he left China, he started doing videos in a different realm, and I don't watch all of them, but I did happen to see one he did about racism. And his contention or hypothesis was that America is the least racist, if I believe I got it right, country in the world. Now, he said some people won't agree with him, and he asked people to make comments. It was just his hypothesis, and I got to tell you, my sense was that he bit off more than he could chew, or I don't know if I could give him points that I saw where he was going, but I'm going to tell you that I think I might disagree with him. So I left it alone for a couple weeks just to really think about it. But just now, I want everyone to think about it in terms of this. Let's think about the incident to me that came just yesterday, is that the arrest of Ronald Green. And if anybody's seen the video of this, it's heinous, horrific. I don't know what word you want to use to describe it. To me, it was just awful. Let's just leave it there. It was awful. And I don't think anyone could disagree if somebody made the argument that the cops in this video were racist. Now, you could go on about many others in that. George Floyd, and there's a whole list. I'm not going to go through them. You can find them. There's a whole list of other people. So that's one vein. Another vein is what 60 Minutes did last night, although now that I think of it, it might have been a repeat, because I remember hearing about that show when I was in Tokyo. It was about the incident in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where, well, I'll just put a link in and you can go watch it for yourself. But I don't know how anyone could watch that incident and be okay with it, or say that that wasn't racist. And then if you go down that alley, then you got to bring in Emmett Till and Mississippi Burning and all those incidents. Now I could go on and on. I don't know where I'm going to stop, but I want to do enough to make my point. You could also bring in personal anecdotes. I remember when I was in Oakland and I was waiting for the Greyhound bus, and I thought, okay, I got 3 or 4 hours or so. I'll just go out and walk in the neighborhood, not go too far, but just go for a little walk. I had been there the night before, and it wasn't pleasant, let's say. And then a black gentleman walked by, and he gave me what for, saying, "What are you doing here?" The implication being it was a black neighborhood and white people weren't welcome. Now, I'm not easily scared off, so I didn't budge, but I did realize that there was a clear divide between black and white people, and I was in what he might think of as the wrong area. So I'm going to put links into other incidents that prove my point, and I'm not doing this to say anything about Winston. I just make the point that I don't know if I agree with him. And then you could go in a further vein and think about ethnic divisions between the ethnicities. In particular, you would want to look at Asians against black, and then Koreans, and then Indians, and then you get the point that they don't all get along harmoniously. At least I don't think they do. So unless Winston provides more color, as they say, or more narrowing of what he was the point he was trying to make or prove, I would have to say that I don't necessarily agree with his point. I will say this. When he makes the point that other countries have racism troubles or problems, I will agree with him wholeheartedly in that. I saw the points he made about China. I think we're bang on, as they say. I thought we're really on point. You could point to the incident of black people in Guangzhou, the way they were treated, and I think you could say chased out of the country would not be too strong a point. I would agree with them on that. And the way foreigners are treated, I think Winston brought it up, but I experienced it. I think in another video he brought that up, but I experienced it trying to stay in a hotel where foreigners were not necessarily welcome. I found this shocking. So when a hotel didn't let me stay, I thought, well, I'll do what I do in my country, and I call the police. Only to discover when the police showed up, they didn't take my side. They pretty much said, we'll take you somewhere else. Now, I don't know if I was watching too many movies, but I was afraid if I got in the police car with them, I might be roughed up the way black people are, or in U.S., or Native people are in my country. So I was really afraid to get in the car, and I just said, no, I don't need a lift, but because I wasn't about to say anything untoward to the police, but I was really disappointed in the way I was treated. So Winston makes a good point there, that there is racism in other countries such as China. I would say it even extends to Japan, who might be the most racist, but I won't make that assertion. I just said it's a possibility because of what I've seen. They are the most homogenic, and they don't, let's say, they don't care for foreigners. They don't treat them properly, in my opinion. So I'm not going to go into other countries because I'm not prepared to do that. I do have my thoughts, but I'm not going to say them because I don't want to say anything wrong, which is the way you should be. If you're not sure, don't say it. But I don't know if I totally agree with Winston, although I do give him points for what he was trying to say. I'm just not sure that I'm on board with what he said. So I'll leave it there, and then everyone can decide for themselves. I will put some documentary evidence in the, as far as links, and then you can decide for yourself on what you believe. But I do think that Winston does some good videos. He provides good evidence for his points, at least not, although not in this particular one. I don't think he did anything that I can recall. And then it's helpful for all of us to learn from these different videos, whether it's Winston or myself, and then you can further your education by what you have seen and then by what you believe. Okay, so I'll leave it there.